Well, good morning. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. This is our weekly reading for what is coming in next week for the upcoming week. And then after this, we'll just do the daily readings. So we're going to take a look at three areas: love, career, and spiritual. And spiritual can be even just yourself, depending on how you view spiritual. And then we'll take a look at what is hidden, and then obstacles, strengths, and what to watch for. And what to watch for and what's hidden can intertwine as well. And then we will take a look at what to watch for, advice, and the best thing to look forward to, or the best thing. So it's a positive card no matter what card it is. Because it's going to be the best thing. Sometimes the hard things can happen that turn into the best thing, you know? I think I've told you that story before. So, I'm using Runik. I do personal readings. Link to the website is below in the description for all those reading choices. And let's get started. What do we need to know for the upcoming week, please? Okay, what do we need to know? One more and then I'll cut the deck and we'll get started. So we'll do 2 cards for love, 2 cards for career, 2 cards spiritual, then 1 for all the other placements. So upcoming week, love, relationships, the Hierophant, and the Devil. And then career, 5 of Cups, and 8 of Swords. And spiritually, or ourselves, the Sun, and 10 of Pentacles. That feels really good. Okay, what is hidden? Page of Wands, obstacles this week, 8 of Cups, strengths, the World, what to watch for, Temperance, advice I'll put over here. Whoa, sorry about that. Uh-oh, if I can get it. Advice, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, and I'm going to pull the best thing ever, but we'll talk about it later. Okay. Okay, let me get comfy here. Whoa, okay, we've had this like a ton, I feel like. Maybe not. Maybe it's in the zodiac readings, but the Page of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like, having it be the page, I feel like there's something that is being learned here. There's not a lot of other swords. There's a couple. No, there's only one. Well, let's get with the reading, but I do feel like this also can be guarding, but I almost get the feeling, looking at this card, I feel like there's a sense of pride here. So keep that in mind this next week, having a sense of pride. And I think that's going to help in the career, because the career one is not super good cards there. So love, I'm a little confused here too. We've got Hierophant and the Devil, and I feel like there is some kind of commitment you're making to the Devil. Okay. So it's a commitment to something that you're very much stuck onto. Whether it's a commitment to walk away, which kind of hits up with this challenge, or something, but if you're stuck on somebody or an idea regarding love, relationships, I think I feel like it's a commitment to, well, I'm struggling with this a little bit because I have commitment and I have the devil, and we don't always want to commit to our devil, right? But at the same time, if this devil energy is something that's you've been stuck on and it's going to come to fruition, um, then that's kind of good. I'm going to pull one extra card here. Um, Tell me about this devil. It's choices. Well, there's Six of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Death card. Um, I almost feel like there is going to be a transformation with this situation because the Six of Pentacles is working together and giving and taking, and the Seven of Cups is about making a choice. Um, and maybe this situation is transforming and changing this week. Um, and it could be any which way, but there is something very spiritual here with your relationships, because the Hierophant also reminds me not only of commitment but as very spiritual. There may be some kind of awakening with the Death that definitely could tell me something, but the Six of Pentacles also, I do feel like it's a positive energy. It's just that, I think too, it's a reminder you have choices. So if you're really stuck on one person or one idea, keep an open mind, with the Seven of Cups here as well. So just think about that in your upcoming week as far as relationships go. I feel like things will change. They are transforming because we have the Death clarifying that devil. So whatever the energy is, you will be working through it this week. Um, let's keep going because we might have more cards that point back to that. But our career is Five of Cups and Eight of Swords. So something isn't happening the way you anticipate it to happen. The Eight of Swords tells me that you're seeing this situation as stuck. And I think we've talked about this recently about being disappointed. So there is something in career projects, that area of life where you really feel like things haven't gone the way they should or that you anticipated them to go. So you have been very disappointed. And this week you're going to really feel that disappointment. But it's going to feel really stuck. You're going to feel very like you don't have a lot of movement. There's something holding you back. Whether that's yourself or not is yet to be seen, because we have the Eight of Swords, which I believe can be either or. It can be holding yourself back where you're only envisioning that you're stuck. But I have a feeling it's more the disappointment that's making you feel stuck. So like if you've been looking forward to something and it didn't quite pan out, the stuckness has to do with that disappointment because it kind of brought you down and now you feel like you're stuck again. So I don't think you are, like the feeling is not that, but I feel like this week is going to be a tough week career wise. You will be disappointed in something. Again, keep in mind these energies can be really light or they can be heavy. It's more up to you. But so as far as love goes, we have two majors and then there's a major clarifying it with a six. To me, three, six, and nines mean something as well. But yeah, so to me, love is going to make a bigger impact this week because we have majors. We don't have any majors here, but it's still. So I feel like it'll be light, but it's gonna be a disappointment. Um, Now, spiritually or within yourself or how you feel in general today, depending on how you look at spirituality, is the sun, which is very bright, so bright you can't even see it with the light shining on it. It's a really pretty card. I'm trying to. I know I have to go on an angle, otherwise you can't see it. It's really pretty. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So there is some joy coming in as far as overall for yourself, for your spiritual goodness. To me, that's like health too. Your spiritual health, which regardless of how you believe spiritually, this is how you feel about things kind of in general with yourself. Doesn't matter what area of life. And I like this because the Ten of Pentacles too, let me read this in this deck because I don't know if I have. The Ten of Pentacles, if you look at it, it's different. It's the Viking ships all moving forward. And I do believe it's about stability and about, family and that. But I think it's a little different if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's a legacy. The Ten of Shields shows the power of wealth and legacy. It took years for the Jarl of this clan to amass the warriors and farmers to grow their army. It took years to harvest the trees to build the longships. It took many, I'm not sure what those words are, runes and sigils on the shields and ships for protection. Now is their chance to head out into the world and see just what they can find. The warriors on the ship celebrate and sing. They tell stories of what they've achieved. I feel like the more I read this is cool. I love this deck because you kind of a little bit learn about runes a little bit. And this, they have these on their shields, right? And the sigils I have all over my house, to help like with healing and stuff. I have I just draw them, but they're you can make your own too. But yeah, I feel like there's this. I feel like you are going to. I feel like what this Ten of Pentacles is saying, you're going to feel joy, but I feel like you're going to be sharing parts of yourself this week, and whatever that looks like to you, whether it's your knowledge of your spiritual nature or you meet people around you for some reason, somehow that you feel really connected to, whether it's spiritually or within yourself, good friends. I don't know. This feels like you're sharing of yourself. Like you feel like you've accomplished something this week and it's made you really happy. And this is personal. Doesn't matter what life area. It could be all of the life areas. But this week, I think we need to focus on that because that's huge. So keep that in mind as the week goes forward, that whatever your experiences are, your successes, your legacy, you're sharing that this week. And however you're sharing that, it could be very silently sharing that, but you're feeling it. And that sun is all about the joy within that. So, enjoy that and really look at that. Like look at your legacy this week. So what you don't see is the Page of Wands. So keep in mind there's some kind of message or something happening in the background here. And I do believe that and what to watch for is the Temperance. So these two I'm going to put kind of together. So what you don't see is the Page of Wands. There's some kind of message. But the Temperance, what to look for is your ability to... The Temperance can be about alchemy. So I do believe that you have the ability to make things happen. It's up to you. And I feel like that with love and personal specifically, but I also feel like this career thing is just a little bit of a setback because there is something that's coming in that you don't see. And again, we've been talking about this and I don't know if we've gotten this message yet because it's been here a lot. This Page of Wands has been in our readings a lot. And I do think that the Temperance tells me that it's time. Like this is also leaning a little towards the spiritual side. So there is something that's going to come in that's going to change how you feel about things and how you feel about yourself. And it's positive. And even if it's just a little bit of enlightenment, that's sometimes all we need. So keep that in mind. There is a feeling of an obstacle of walking away. Like you feel like you have to walk away from something and that part is going to be hard. And that could be a little bit about the disappointment here that you feel like, okay, I got to walk away from this. I can't, go there, or there's something in your head going, no, this isn't for me. So that could be part of the disappointment here because I feel like they're cups and they kind of coincide together. And I think that, yeah, I do. So, kind of know that if you have to walk away from something, it's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be hard either. It's an obstacle, but I think it just gets in the way. And it may make you think twice about something. I have a feeling it goes directly with career projects, that Five of Cups feeling. If there's anything that you're disappointed about this week, this upcoming week, I think that the walking away is going to be hard because this is something that you've looked forward to, and it looks like it's not going to pan out the way you anticipated. And you have to walk away from the situation, and that's kind of hard. But again, it's because you're stuck. So the only way to get out of that stuckness is to walk away from it. And I do feel like that's what that is, because they're both eights as well. Now, your strength is the world, and this is all about that you have to understand that you're successful. And I think this is an important message. A lot of times when we're struggling, like with disappointments, or this thing that we're stuck on, love, or even the things that feel good, we have to know that we are successful in what we do. There's a lot of things we've done successfully. Yeah. Have mistakes been made? Absolutely. I mean, we can't live a life without making mistakes. We can't really succeed without making mistakes. They're the biggest, learners. That's how we learn. But I feel like sometimes we focus on those mistakes instead of what they granted us in the long run, and what they made us become, how they helped us become what we are, and those successes along the way. And it's important to remember those, and to look at your successes and know that you are successful, and know that you are, that you've had a lot of successful endings, or at least mid endings, And I think that journey, saying that, your journeys have been successful, is important. Whether this is work or love, it's one of the two. And I think it's to understand and know that you've done what you can, and you've done. So and I think it's work too, because I'm keep going back to that disappointment. And a lot of times, when we're reading, our cards are letting us know, hey, this is disappointing, but don't overlook what you are and what you've done. So if you feel disappointed, I think it's temporary. I really do. And I think it's temporary because of these two cards as well. So advice for this week is Two of Pentacles. And I'm reminded to make sure that you stay balanced this week. Don't, keep an even head, keep an even, make sure that all your life areas are balanced. And I think that is speaking to both love and career, as far as don't get too caught up in any one area as much as possible. Sometimes we do, and it's hard to get away from something that we're upset about, but to remember that all your life areas matter. And I think that points to that, because when we stay balanced, we can have a really good, spiritual life. And I feel like that if we do this means even more to us, because I feel like, there's some hard stuff, but I feel like overall you handle it the way you're supposed to handle it, and your legacy and who you are within yourself is going to really shine. So you are going to shine, because that sun's there, and this is all about yourself. This is you. So there is some really good shiny stuff going on here. And I feel like this is just really a reminder. Hey, you know what? You've got to stay even, stay balanced, keep your life areas balanced. It's not all about work. It's not all about love. It's about yourself, and then, come together with that. So the best thing ever is the Four of Cups. And I kind of feel like this is a daydream. Okay, this is really silly, but I feel this way. Like, he's daydreaming. And me with the Four of Cups. I feel like it's the poor little old me card. But I feel like it's not. I feel like this is about your dreams. And I think this goes with the Temperance. I mean, what to watch for. Because the Temperance can be, I don't know. I mean, I'm alchemy, making things happen. And I feel like your daydreams can do that. And I feel like the best thing ever is some of these things that you're going to sit back and dream of and take time, and you have waited for something that you really, really want. Since this is the best thing, you're going to get what you really, really want. You know how I talk, I know you guys, for those of you who listen to me, I talk about um, the Four of Cups being poor little old me because I want this and I'm not going to get it. I'm going to only get this and poor little old me. And it's about, having gratitude for what you have. But I feel like since this is the best thing ever, that some of those things you want, they're going to come to fruition. And I think it has to do with this temperance, the balance, the alchemy, the love. Also, your advice is to stay balanced. And this is the physical balance. And this is well, your justices, but this is emotional balance too. So you will get those things that you want with the Four of Cups. I think too, to just remember this week to stay cool, stay balanced. Um, that disappointment is short lived. There's no majors there. There's no threes. There's no aces, tens, threes, six, or nines. So it's a a temporary feeling to me. Also, I feel like the obstacle is going to be kind of walking away from that, but you have to decide what to do with that. But overall, I think it's a good week. I would see what happens if the love even resonates, because some of you may not be looking for love or in relationship issues, but this is something that could be interesting as far as committing the devil, um, the death card. Things are changing there. Things are changing in your love life if you're looking for love. Career we talked about, and then you personally, yeah, man, that this is awesome. Sun and Ten of Pentacles, shine, man, shine this week, and see yourself shine this week, because how you envision is what's going to happen. And I feel like, if you're listening to this and listen often, it's up to you to make things happen. But you can get what you want, and you will. And I think that's what's going to cause you to shine this week. So there you have it. Kind of long-winded, but it's our weekly one. And take care and have a beautiful day.